Well guys, we are back, or I am back. First video in a very long time. We've been using this laser for a very long time now. We've had it since March, and everything about it I love. But that's not why we're here. We're going to show you today. I am doing a large sign. One of the biggest signs I've done 24 by 24. This one is proportionately the same size, but it's 36 by 14, I think. Can't see it all, but we bought from Poly something or another. We bought acrylic, bulk acrylic, I guess you could call it. It was one full sheet of white, one full sheet of black. They only sell in full sheets, and this is going to be the first time that we use bigger than realistically 24 by 24 sheets. So we are not using the black acrylic today. That is for a different order. The white though, that is going to be used for this sign. It is 14 by 36. Right now I am going to put the adhesive on the green and the black. I have 5 sheets that need adhesive, so let's get going. So what I do, and some people on YouTube has been asking, oh my gosh, I can't peel this up, is basically we peel up one of the sides of the mask. It can be a pain. I noticed that some of the masks just suck, and this looks like one of them. But basically you peel up the one side. Oh, there you go. The adhesive we use is this. It is 3M 467 MP. I've never had an issue with it. It's supposed to last up to 400 plus degrees, and so far it's pretty nice. Now if I was doing wood, I would probably use the 468, but that's a little more costly. So then basically what we do, take it to the top, and I'll run a piece across just so it kind of sticks down, so it gives me some tension to be able to pull with. And then I'll evenly pull down. With these fingers, my pointer fingers, I'm adjusting the piece of acrylic because I want to make sure it's lined up on both the tops, and then make sure the piece is taut all the way. I take my squeegee and start the top. Let's be real, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be the best that it can, because obviously you don't want a whole bunch of wrinkles and stuff like that in the adhesive. Then I'll take a X-Acto blade and I will zip it across the bottom, zip it across that way, do it across the top, and then I actually do it down the sides as well. Oop, see, I scratched onto it. That's not that big of a deal. I'll do it down the sides so that we have a good idea of where the actual piece starts, because if you get a piece that folds over like here, and for some reason that throws off your magnets that hold your material straight, kind of sucks. The reason I have the mask down is so that it does not stick to my desk, because once this stuff is down for a long enough period of time, it's almost impossible to get up. So I'm going to do the other 4 sheets, and then you will see me start to throw the material in the machine. So guys, I've never cut something on a large sheet like this, or I've never cut from a large sheet. So my bed normally has a whole bunch of magnets and stuff in it, which I got to clear out real quick. Probably shouldn't put it near the controller. And also, I kind of want to be able to make a video TikTok with this, but that means I got to find somewhere for this fancy mount for my phone once the material's in there. So I'm going to grab the white, which is right here, and I'm going to take a look at it, honestly. Got to find out which side. There's a little rip up on the stuff right there. This side should probably be the top. I'm going to go ahead and slide that in. Ooh, I don't really like that. And then I'll line it up to this bottom edge. So I do most of my work right here. Oh, that's my new golf shaft. Shelby, don't look at that. Let's be real, she doesn't watch the videos I make. So we will go into light burn, and I'm gonna position the head, but I want to do a frame So I'm going to adjust this head so it's not exactly to the edge. Before I do anything, I'm going to focus this at 5 millimeters, checking multiple spots on the bed. So I run mine at 5 millimeters, 15 power, and 88 speed. So I'm gonna run this first cut. This is the background layer. This is gonna have a couple different holes for standoffs, and it's all one cut through. In my opinion, every time you do a acrylic sign, you should be making some sort of video promotional content from it. So what I do is I put on time lapse. I'll record the multiples of doing the white, doing the red, doing the whatever colors they are, but this gives you something to have content with. So you can post promotional videos on some sort of social media, because let's be real, that's how things sell these days. So I'm gonna set my phone up real quick. There is one thing I can promise you. It's that I'm not a professional. I don't know sometimes what I'm doing. So I tried twice to start the project, and I kept getting this error called frame slop. After doing some research and kind of messing with it, it basically means that when it did the framing, the project was outside of the frame or outside of the cuttable area, so it wouldn't be able to do the job. Now going forward, I know that I won't have that issue again. I do think it's kind of dumb that when you hit the frame button, rather than it should say the same thing on light burn. It should say frame slop or outside of frame or outside of object, so that it wouldn't run the frame to show that it was going to work. That's bad on my part. I'm still learning. So I guess I'll know for next time. Now I'm actually going to run it the right way this time. Alright guys, so now on to the next step. I got the big piece cut. Now I'm going to start to cut these small shapes of the logo. So what I'm going to do is take my magnets. I always throw magnets in the bed, not because I'm worried about where the placement of the acrylic's going to be, or like aligning the laser head, because I adjust that every time for every different logo or different shape that I'm cutting, because I want to save all the extra material that I can. But more just for a point of reference of, I know it's in the right spot, I know that it's level in all areas, and I basically just do this. I make it so there's 2 on the bottom, 2 to the left, and then now what I'll do is I'll bring my laser head over. I will go to 6 millimeters, give it a little wiggle room, and now I know I'm focused. I'll check both sides. It's a little looser on that side, but not that big of a deal. I align in the top left corner every single time. Now I'm ready to cut my next shape. See how I got those magnets there? Now I know I can just drop this in, line it up, make sure it's touching all of the magnets, and then I'm good. I always use a glove as a just in case factor. Keeps fingerprints off, less that you have to clean after. With this, I always tape it down. And probably what I'll do is I'll tape down left, right side, and that's it. The way I know this is going to line up is because I'm looking at these holes right there. Again, making sure that the edges are smooth so that there's no overlap, so everything is straight. There's no lips on either side. And then, like I said before, I'm going to place the basketball in, but I'm not going to tape that one down until the M is in. Make sure I put it on right. Now comes the assembly, and start peeling. So that was assembling it. Now I'm gonna start to peel it up. Now it's time to take the outside borders off and demask it. So the way I do it is I start to peel up all the small pieces first, because that's one less thing. So if, say I peeled up a big piece and I put my hand on it, now you got fingerprints. So I'm gonna continue, or I'm gonna start peeling up the small pieces and then work my way around. Once that's done, then I'll start lifting this up. The only reason I'm leaving these on is because it gives me a place to rest without putting fingerprints on the background layer. Alright guys, so that is the sign. It came out great in my opinion. Has room for 6 standoffs and it just pops. I mean, it looks good as hell. I might be a little biased. I designed it, I laid it out, and I cut it. But I think it looks good, so hopefully my customer slash coworker is happy with it and how it came out. Well guys, that is it. This is the way I do acrylic signs. I do it the same way almost every single time. I'm always doing the outline. It basically gives me a way to put everything in there together and make it look good. This is the way it came out. I think that looks good as hell, and I'm 100% sure my coworker is gonna be happy with it. Guys, if you like the video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button. This is not gonna be the last video we do for a while. I want to start putting out more content. We got some new equipment, we got a tripod, we got some lights, stuff like that, so it should make it a little bit easier. Also guys, we did just create a website, stlc.store or smalltownlasercreations.com. Go check that out, and guys, we will see you next week.